In the previous video, I briefly explained what happens when you fire a cannonball vertically upwards on a cliff. So in this video, I'm going to give you an example. So here we're going to fire a cannonball vertically upwards at velocity 45 meters per second, and the height of the cliff is 60 meters. We're on Earth, so we're going to take gravity as 10 meters per second squared. Okay, so what's happening is we're going to fire the cannonball vertically upwards. The second we fired it, we're going to retract this plank here. Okay, so the cannonball will continue to rise to its maximum height, and then it will free fall back down to earth. Now the question is, what is the total flight time for the cannonball? So what is the total flight time to get to the maximum height and then back down to earth? Okay, the total flight time. So yeah, so hang on, let me just reset this. Bear with me. So here, so we're going to fire a cannonball. Okay, it's going to go like this and then back down to earth. What is the total flight time? Now, in order to do this, jump to your velocity time graph. So you sketch your velocity time graph. Now, your velocity time graph will look something like this. Okay, this would be the initial velocity is 45. So when time equals 0, this will be 45. Now this is a straight line. The minute you have a straight line in maths, it's y equals mx plus c. This is a formula for a straight line, and in this case, m is a gradient of this line. Well, the gradient of this line is the negative gravity, because we've taken this to be positive in this direction. So anything that's downwards would be negative. So this will be minus 10 x. We're going to change the x and the t around. Plus c. C is the intercept. The intercept in this case is 45. And y we're going to change it with a b. So the formula for this line is v equals 45 minus 10t. Okay, jump to this formula here, and the important part is to find out the time it takes to get to the maximum height. Okay, so the cannonball is going to go up here, and then it's going to free fall back down to earth. Okay, there are lots of ways to do this. In physics, you're given a list of formulas that you can use, but learn to do it this way, because learn to draw the graph. Once you've drawn the graph, you can get a sense of what's going on. After a long time, you're going to forget all the formulas. Whereas this method will always stay in your mind. And anyway, learn to draw this velocity time graph. So find out the time it takes to get to the maximum height. So that's this point here. So put 0 into the v to find out, because at the maximum height, at maximum height, the velocity of this cannonball would be 0. So put 0 into this v. So 0 equals 45 minus 10t. Now add 10t to both sides, and then divide both sides by 10. So t equals 4.5. So this t max here, t max equals 4.5 seconds. Okay, so the maximum height is given by this area here. Okay, let's find. Remember, there are lots of ways to do this. Let's find the well, we know the time it takes to get to maximum height. This area here represents the actual height. So let's calculate the actual height, the actual height of the cannonball at its maximum height, and then on the way down, we're gonna when anything's free falling, we can jump to this formula: h equals gt squared over 2. Okay. So hang on, let me clear this up. Remember that there are lots of ways to do this, but learn to do it this way, because you really get a sense of what's going on. So velocity time here, and then your velocity time graph will look like this. Remember, we worked out that t max equals 4.5 seconds. Okay, so it takes 4.5 seconds to get to its maximum height. So it takes 4.5 seconds. But what is this maximum height? So we just find out the area of this this triangle here. So this, remember, this is 45. So the actual height here will be this times this, and then divided by 2. So maximum height. Hang on, let's do this down here. So maximum height. Hang on. Let's call it height. Oh, sorry, hang on. Let's call it height max, HM max. Hang on. H max equals, so this is maximum height. H max equals this 45 times 4.5, 45 times 4.5, and then we've got to divide it by 2 because it's a triangle. So hang on, jump to my calculator. 45. Hang on. Bear with me. Okay, so it will be 45 times 4.5 equals this, divided by 2 equals this. So the actual height will be 101.25 meters. Okay, but forget about meters for the time being. So this height here is 101.25 meters. 25 meters. Okay. Now we'll calculate how long it takes to free fall back down to Earth. Now, free falling, anything that's free falling, jump to this. H equals gt squared over 2. Anything that's free falling, jump to this. Now, this is a free fall. So all we need to know is the actual height of this thing. So the next question is, after working this out, the next question is, how long will it take to free fall back down to Earth? Well, you need to know the actual height, the actual height of this thing here. So get this, add it to this cliff here. So H would be hang on, get this, add it to this. So that would be 161.25. This is our H. Okay, this is our H here. Our H is this distance plus the cliff. So that will give us the total height. Okay. Now the total height is this. Gravity is 10, G is 10, and then we've got the T squared over 2. Okay. Now it's just a matter of finding out T. Now T, remember, T in this case represents the time it takes to free fall down to Earth. Okay. So let's just find out T here. So T in this case is well, times 2 to both sides. So hang on. So clear this. So 161.25 times both sides by 2 equals this. So 322.25 is it? No, 0.5. 0.5 equals 10t squared. Now divide both sides by 10. So that would be 2.25 equals t squared. Now let me divide by 10 on here. Divide by 10 equals this, and then you square root both sides. So square root it. That would be 5.68. 5.68. So t equals this. So what's 5.68? So what's happening is that the time it takes to get up to its maximum height is given by this. Okay, and then we would jump to the free fall formula here, and it turns out that the time it takes to free fall back down to Earth here is 5.68. So this distance here from here to here would be another 5.68. Okay, so the total flight time will be T max plus this thing here. Whether 4.5 will be here. We've got to extend it further here. So this 5.68 is here. Remember, from here to here, 4.5 is when the cannonball free falls back down to this level only. Okay, but because we've got this cliff here, this area would be a lot bigger. So anyway, the time it takes to get to maximum height would be this. The time it takes to from here to free fall back down to earth, including the cliff, would be 5.68. So what you do, you get this added to this. Okay, so the total flight time, total flight time equals well, it will equal this plus this, which is, hang on, so just need to add Tmax, so add 4.5 equals this, so it will be 10.18 seconds, 10.18. So the overall answer will be 10.18 seconds. Okay, so just to summarize, you immediately jump to your velocity time graph, and then find out. This is important. This point here. Find out Tmax. From Tmax, find out the maximum height, and then jump to the free fall formula to find out the time it takes to free fall back down to earth. And remember to include the height of the cliff. And remember that there are lots of ways of doing this, but learn to do it this way, because you get to understand how you can manipulate things. For example, this distance here, when this equals this level here will take you back to, well, fire it up, and then it will free fall down to here. And then you've got to add another segment here for the cliff. Well, anyway, learn to use graphs, because it's so much easier. Okay?